Did you know that cutting a worm in half can actually result in two worms? This may sound like a myth, but it's actually a real phenomenon that has been observed and studied by scientists. In fact, many worms have the ability to regenerate after being sliced. However, it is important to note that not all worms can do this. The good news is that if you accidentally cut a worm in half, the two pieces will likely just rejoin to form one worm. But for certain species of worms like planarians, the process is a bit different. When these flat squishy worms are cut, each piece can actually grow into a new worm. Yep, you heard that right. One worm becomes two, then three, then four, and so on. This process is known as fragmentation, and it is a form of asexual reproduction. So what exactly triggers this whole duplication process? Well, it all starts with a little hole. When a worm is cut, it creates an open wound, and this triggers the release of certain chemicals that set off the regeneration process. The cut ends of the worm start to heal, and at the same time, the cells in the middle section begin to multiply rapidly. As the cells divide, they form a new head and tail, essentially growing a whole new worm from the middle section of the original. And the amazing thing is that this new worm is a clone of the original. It has the same genetic material and is basically a twin. Now, you might be wondering why on earth would a worm need to be able to do this? Well, it turns out that it's actually a pretty handy trick to have in your back pocket, especially when you're dealing with predators that like to eat worms. By breaking off into two separate pieces, worms can escape their predators and also reproduce at the same time. Talk about a smart strategy. So the next time you're gardening and you come across a slimy, squiggly worm, just remember that it might have the power to not only regenerate itself, but also create a clone of itself. And if you accidentally cut that worm in half, you'll have two worms instead of one. Thank you for watching. Comment below if you think it's cool that worms can be cut in half and still live. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun science facts every day.